Good morning out there and good afternoon. Whichever part of this nasty, upside down, turned inside out, sideways world that you're coming in from. It's Saturday, December 19th, and it's time for the Megabowl. Megabowl! Phil, I ruined my tie already. Phil's dressed up. I'm dressed. Everybody's ready. Check him out. Good for Phil. You've never looked more handsome in your life. I gotta say. I gotta say. Looking good, buddy. Right on, Phil. It's Megabowl Day. It's Flat Army Megabowl Day. It's finally happening. What's going on, everybody? Already a big showing. 700 and almost 800 bigots here already. Cheers, everybody, for being here early. Look at you. How are you? What? Ah, the fuck on top. Don't worry, I've got a backup tie for when things get serious now. All right. Oh, wait. Begin, Megabowl! Anybody's confused, we're going to be here for the next 12 hours. First on the plate is Ryan Dawson. I'm going to send him the link actually right now. Doesn't know how familiar, if you're not familiar with him. Thanks for being here, guys. It's going to be a long day. I slept about 2 hours. Yay. I'm so tired, but you know, it's fun. It's going to be fun. We got a lot of people, a lot going on. Hang on. I got to find my stuff here. Kellen SK, what are James Bond? It's my James Bond suit. Thank you. Hawker Hurricane, Sac Soul Division reporting in, sir. Welcome back. There was a couple more. Carrot SK. Al Capone Rage. No kidding. Let's see. I didn't say 2 hours. I said 12 hours. 12 goddamn hours. Sergeant Bear has leg pressed 1,360 pounds. He's ready for the Megabowl. Thanks, man. What else? Manitoba Patriot says, let's rock this bitch. Well, we'll see. We'll try. I'm Reverend Chad Kroger. Welcome back, sir. Well, he'll listen in later. Have fun, boys. Thank you. Sir, you have fun. You have fun doing whatever it is you were going to do. I'm just waiting on Ryan right now. Whenever he gets here. Whenever he's ready. Anytime. I was just talking to him a minute ago. So yeah, we got him coming anytime now. After that, there's a ticker at the bottom. Derek's going to be by. I think EMJ's coming with him. And then we've got, Uncle Hack, Danger Cat. Jeez, boy. Where I can send all this stuff to. I got to remember. I got everybody on different apps, different messaging. How do I get a hold of you? I don't remember. I have to always go and find them. And then I think 3 o'clock is, maybe there's nobody at 3 o'clock. I can't remember. I don't remember my own schedule. Good thing I wrote it down. Oh, Lord. How are you guys? Welcome. Let's see here. Where's my friggin'? Where is this top secret Megabowl plans folder? Ethan Ralph is at 3 o'clock, and then Warski, Kyler, and Black Pigeon at 4. Red Ice TV at 6. 7 is the Son of Plaid movie premiere debut. And then we're gonna have a little cast party afterwards. We're gonna have an interview with the director of the film. And then we're gonna give away that knife, John's replica knife. This is the original. I mean, but the Plaid Army knife that some of the guys bought raffle tickets on. We're gonna give that away this evening. After that, and then we got Adam Green at 10 p.m., Black Pill at 11, and then whatever happens for the next couple hours is between you and me and nobody else. What happens in the Rage Bowl stays in the Rage Bowl. But it doesn't. It goes out into the world forever because it's on the internet, and you can never escape. You can never escape your destiny. Lost in Alberta says, just because you look so nice on the Megabowl. Thank you for the Ninja Guinea, sir. I'm just waiting on Ryan here. I don't know what happened to him. He was talking to him just a second. Oh, I think he's coming. He's on his way. I don't know what we're even going to talk about. Whatever. you know, whatever we get into. Probably racist stuff, you know. That's what we do here. It's what we're all about here, man. Why can't I find... Who thinks this will go longer than 12 hours? Me, I do. Minnesota Matt with another one. Merry Megabowl and Godspeed. Thank you, sir. Why can't I find my... There we are. That's what I was looking for. Bigot Breakfast is cooking. Hillbilly Deluxe with a diamond. Thank you, man. Did I miss any other ones? I may have. Cam is key. Just screaming Megabowl. Rye has trouble in Japan. Well, he is in Japan. Maybe he can't. If it doesn't work, I'll just send him a Zoom link or something. I'm just waiting on him. Well, he'll get here when he gets here. Rainbow Frog Gang. Yeah. Tattooed. Miss Tattooed Shepherd, thank you. And Chad Kroger, you're still here. This is either the best or most fucked idea. We've had better ideas. There he is. He's back now. Hey, dude, what's up?
I heard Rainbow Frog as soon as I entered the room.
Let me, no kidding. Hang on. I got to set up my screen capture here. Oh, wrong. My bad. There we go. Oh, wait. I got to sort out StreamYards, but what's up, man? Welcome back. How do I set it to just this guy?
What do you want to do?
I'm just trying to set it so you're the, oh, shit. Hang on. I'll remove
You want a split screen or do you want it like...
Can you still hear me?
Whoever's talking.
You still hear me?
Doesn't matter. I don't know the answer anyway. So
I'm trying to figure out. Well, it's split screen right now. I'm trying to just get it just myself. Who knows how to use StreamYard? God damn it.
Nobody's looking at us anyway.
No, there's no one. Well, they are. We're live right now.
I mean, they just listen though.
I suppose, yeah. I am wearing a suit and everything for no reason. Let's see.
Is it plaid?
No, I have a plaid tie though. I'm planning on using.
Okay.
I wonder if I'm trying to switch it so you're the. Oh crap! Let's see. I just
This is where the rage part comes from.
Son of a bitch!
Why won't you work?
It's the globalists. I don't know why it's a split. You know what I mean? It's split. It's like left and right. I'll figure it out here in a second. I got
Somebody find an Asian guy.
Somebody in the chat will sort me out. I gotta turn off these goddamn. Yeah, find an Asian guy. You must know one. How's Japan, sir?
I know plenty of those. That's good.
Yeah.
No tourists.
No.
Because of Rona.
No,
Yep.
no Rona. Maximum Rona.
Yeah.
I heard you guys are getting.
Well, you know, the hype of Rona is scaring them away, and so it's all good, man. I love it.
There we go. I got it figured out.
I'm a xenophobic foreigner.
I'm a fucking genius. There we got you. A xenophobic foreigner. That's definitely the best. What's been going on, man? I heard you just had a kid. Is that correct? You had another son?
Yeah, I had another one.
A boy and a girl.
Another boy.
Congratulations.
Yep, it's awesome.
Yeah.
And I got kicked off Twitter a few days ago. Every time I'm on something, I'm like, hey, what have you been censored on recently? I'm like, oh, this week was Twitter.
Yeah, for life or just temporarily, or I got a lifetime ban somehow. Every time I make a new alternate account, they find me and they destroy it immediately.
Yeah, I have lifetime bans. I just use, you know, go around it. But they, it was the day before Jean-Luc Brunel was arrested on Epstein's partners. I find that telling because the day that Glenn Maxwell got arrested, I got kicked off Patreon.
Really? There's not a lot of people doing that. So if anybody doesn't know, if anybody's confused, if maybe they're not familiar with you. I found Ryan through a lot of his 9/11 work is really top speed. Pretty much ruined my life worldview, or fixed it, I guess is the best way. But you're also
that got me in trouble too.
I imagine you've also done a crazy amount of work with the Epstein stuff. What's going on with that now? Is that it just kind of fallen off? I mean, what's the latest on that, guy? Does anybody even care anymore? Or are we all just
Oh no!
Going to play the
So the number three guy of guys you're gonna get. So let's be realistic. The billionaire class, probably not gonna happen. Although Claire Bronfman did go to jail, but she's the daughter of a billionaire.
Yeah, there's that. The Bronfman families are they're kings of Canada over here.
Oh yeah, Seagram's liquor.
Yeah.
married into the McCain family, by the way.
Oh, of course they did.
Well, actually, the McCain family married into the Bronfmans is more accurate, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, the attacking the Liberty. No, so Jean-Luc Brunel.
That never happened. That's a conspiracy theory.
Well, according to Dan Crenshaw, right? It's a myth.
Really? He did not. I saw a video on Red Ice TV yesterday. I think it was yesterday or the day before. They're going to be here at 6. And it was like a self-promotion advertisement or something. He was fucking, he was jumping like solo, like jumping out of a plane with his eye patch on and like airdropping himself onto a bunch of like actors in Antifa outfits. I was like, is this guy seriously for real right now? This is the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen.
It's Clown World. I was waiting for him to do what we call the Point Break roll. You seen Point Break with Patrick Swayze? It's like, it's like for no reason just does a roll on the ground and then like shoots straight in the air.
Yeah,
just like wherever he walks, he has to do 2 forward rolls like to get to the wall.
He thinks he's Solid Snake. Maybe that's his
whatever. He's G.I. Joe in his head, but
he said it was a myth.
Yeah, he denied the Liberty attack. He's like, that's a myth.
Really? Because there's a lot of survivors that were there that are pretty sure it wasn't.
Yeah, I know, exactly. They're still alive. I mean,
they have annual. Not, I don't know if it's annual, but I remember there was.
I was wearing that shirt yesterday. Remember the Liberty? I guess it's in the laundry.
There was some news story about that. Maybe in the late '90s, they didn't get together. They have they have like memorials. They get together and they all like there's 50, 60 guys. They're all making.
The best interview I've heard on it is from Jim Innes on Scott Horton radio. I don't remember if it was Anti-War Scott Horton or Libertarian Institute Scott Horton, but Scott Horton, I think it was antiwar.com's with Jim Innes, who's one of the survivors, and it's just, man, it should bother people that the Gulf of Tonkin did not happen. They did not fire on our ship, and 2 million Vietnamese people are now dead.
And that's what makes us
the
bad
Liberty
guys.
Did happen.
Yeah.
They did fire on our ship and killed American sailors, and all we did was give them more money.
That's a great comparison. I've never thought of that. But yeah,
and it's the same time period.
Yeah,
LBJ for both, right?
That's
Lyndon
right.
Johnson lies about this boat and the other one. The one that got attacked, we ignore. The one that didn't get attacked was a Caucus Belli.
That's crazy. I never thought of that. That's totally true. And that's
the tale of 2 boats, man. It's a video I made.
The tale of 2 boats. That's fucking brilliant. I should put up your contact stuff here. Ryan Dawson. What do you have a?
It's a whack-a-mole, isn't it? Every time you put something up, like, well, he was here.
You want me to just put ANCreport.com?
ANCreport.com is the safest because I never know. I'm on Parlay now and Rumble and whatever.
Yeah, parlors. Yeah. And then that's what makes us the bad guys. Like they'll be like, "Oh, what are you anti-American?" It was like, dude, they made it up and killed millions of people. That doesn't bother you?
Anti-American? What are you talking about? I got an American flag right here. Confederate
the
States
Stars
of
and
America.
Bars, isn't it? Yeah.
That's right. The good half
Ryan's
of
from
America.
Georgia. It's okay. Yeah,
I'm from Carolina.
Or Carolina, sorry. Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, it's close enough.
I didn't know, well, until recent, maybe a year ago, you didn't even know you had a twin brother. I saw him somewhere on YouTube. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
It's deep fake, man. Have you heard the conspiracy about that?
About Joe Biden being not real? I've seen that one.
Well, no, there are people that think I don't have a twin brother, that I'm just messing with people.
For fuck's sakes. It's ridiculous. People are calling me a
so
fan now. It's like, come on, guys.
We played up on that. Like, and I had him glitch out one time.
That's funny.
I mean, he's real, obviously, but I made it look like I made a mistake.
He's not
like, that's not his brother.
Not my real brother. That's my fake.
Another one we did is I acted like I had him on his stream, and like, man, that guy really looks like you. And he's like, he's got the same last name.
Yeah, just pretend you don't notice. Like, well, I don't think he looks that much like me. I mean, maybe
I remember hearing a rumor that I had a twin and we were split at birth, you know. But I mean, that guy's in Carolina, I'm in Japan. They're like, you better check that out with the DNA test. We're like, dude, are you that gullible?
Yeah, come on.
It's my brother, obviously. The same face, same last name, same age, same island.
Yeah,
whatever.
That's fucking hilarious.
Although my other brother, I have another brother who looks like us too. He's not twins. Whatever,
oh, he's the other brother. He's not the chosen brothers.
Well, is it younger? They're both my younger brothers. So what am I supposed to say? Twin brother.
I thought they were twins. I thought you and the other ones were twins.
No.
You're just looking insanely alike.
We both have a brother that's not a triplet or whatever that just happens to look like us anyway.
That's hilarious.
And I got a sister that looks like another mom because she's got green eyes and totally doesn't look like us.
Wow, there's so many of you.
Yeah. Hey, I'm making my own little Dawson clan too.
Yeah,
just had one last month.
You got to start the mafia somewhere. You know,
that's right.
I'll do what they do. If it's good enough for them, it's good enough for me. Lockstep 2020, thank you, sir. Thanks to everyone in the Plaid Army, Morale Boost Kings. You're welcome, sir. Daft Beta, he's in the UK. Click, Click, Pop, Pop, my 2 favorite streamers. Oh, cool. Well, there you go.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Talking about me and my brother? Or, no.
100% he is, yeah. Jessica says, cheers, bigots. You're welcome. Metal Mosh Pit, cheers as well. Bigots will inherit the earth. Well, maybe. I'm kind of a... I was watching a guy last night that we're not allowed to talk about, but what's his name? Paul Miller. Have you heard of this guy?
No.
He's the guy that dressed up like a Joker and goes on Omegle and just like screams crazy stuff at people, just trying to like blackpill them, I guess. But it was
so it's like Luke Grudowski in 5 years.
Maybe, yeah. He just does.
He's upgraded his heckling.
Yeah, he was a guy that he was a Republican and was trying to go to a Proud Boys event, and then Antifa near killed him, attacked him, and then it just drove him. You know what I mean? Now he's like full blown, all the way. It's like you're creating the people that you.
Are you familiar with comics? He had that one bad day.
That's right. That's what he says, and I've been saying that for a while. It's like a lot of people are now, especially surprised, but he's just kind of, and that's the same idea. I mean, I've been having for a while. It's like it's no like vote for who? I mean, especially in Canada, there isn't.
We're not that far away, right? Like you're just saying, Crenshaw does some infomercial where he's like jumping out of a plane and stuff. Yeah. The clown world is here. You might as well dress up like the Joker.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Old Melonhead did that a long time ago.
I remember that, yeah.
He was trying to get into acting because he had like a part in Scanner Darkly or something.
Yes,
he's
I
like,
remember that.
For like months, he's like, Charlie Sheen, because I know him, because I know that guy, Charlie Sheen, the guy on TV, yeah. Charlie Sheen, I know him.
He's been really
my friend, I know him.
He's been going off lately. He's been drunk a lot lately, I've noticed. Alex Jones.
Jones?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I know.
A couple of things. It's funny because he was originally like the first person I heard even knew what Mossad was from him, or Netanyahu, or all the standing ovations the guys get, or Mossad's fingerprints are all over 9/11. It's all over. Like that was him that said.
He'd never say that. He'd be like CIA, Mossad, MI6. Well,
now
he'd
he
group
does,
them all
yeah.
together. Yeah.
But in the late night, well, obviously after 9/11, but way back then, I remember him saying like both sides of the government are controlled. Warning about the police state,
faulty
martial
paradigm.
Law. Yeah, the part of the NWO, martial law's coming, and now he's like, "Hey, Trump should declare martial law." Like, Alex, what?
I know.
Do you hear yourself right now? Like that's 4
Executive
years
order
away.
for 2018. Foreign intervention.
Yeah. You got to donate. You got to get into the fight. Infowarstore.com right now, 50% off. We can't sell all these supplements like this all day. It's
Have you seen the commercials I've made of him?
Some of them, yeah.
Like, cognitive interrupter alpha and stuff like that.
Cognitive interrupter alpha.
Yeah. CIA, yeah.
But I mean, if they did, like guys, like if they, martial law, Trump will just do that. Like that's nice. He's 75, and then who's president? Jared Kushner with the police state. That sounds fun.
It's Q stuff, man. That's what it is.
I don't know. I fuck it. That's don't even
so
get me started on
earlier. You asked me about Epstein, like what happened, and people quit caring or whatever. I think it's one of the most interesting stories. Like every sentence, every new little scrap of information, everyone's like, give me. They want it. The press is not interested.
No,
because it undercuts their own interests, is what people are going to find out. But the number 3 dude of catchable guys has been arrested and put in jail. His name is Jean-Luc Brunel. And this guy was a modeling scout for this company called Karen Models, which is hilarious. Karen, the name of 2020, right? But he was a scout in the 70s, and he met Ghislaine Maxwell in the 80s. She's the madame, and she's a cunt. She's in jail too. And they got this relationship, and what happened is Jean-Luc Brunel, with Epstein's money, which means Wexner's money, created a chapter of MC Squared modeling, where he bought out the American branch of Karen and converted it to MC Squared. And that he put an office in Miami at the end of 2004 and another one in New York in 2005. However, MC Squared modeling started in the year 2000. Take a guess where? Tel Aviv.
Oh, I was going to say Beijing.
No, Israel.
Shocking. No way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so
man.
Maxwell, whose father, was an Israeli, worked with an Israeli intelligence. He was a spy and all that.
Yeah.
So they have a modeling agency, and Israeli modeling agencies are infamous for human trafficking. Right. That's how the whole country started, was human trafficking, bringing in European Jews to Palestine to take over. Gun running, smuggling people, and so on.
What was it called? The Havara Agreement, or is that what it was? They had with
that's different. The Havara, that was the
30s,
Havara Agreement, the transfer agreement, and it lasted until 39, where they put, Europeans from Poland and Germany, wherever, moving to Palestine,
Mm.
and there are always a maybe 2 or 3% population of Jews that live there all the time, like they just been there in the Middle East.
Yeah.
But the other 97% have all come from Europe, a bunch of Khazars. But it doesn't matter. I mean, they exclusively took land. It's like, well, why can't you just both live on it, like America or any other country that has multiple ethnic groups?
Yeah.
No, is they have to divide it, right? So
Yeah.
they didn't have laws against smuggling people for a long time, and so the sex traffickers, now they didn't have laws for it because they were trying to save Jewish diaspora from war in Europe and get that was the purpose. But what ends up happening is later they can smuggle in women from Ukraine or wherever else, throw them in brothels, take their passports, and
Jesus.
it became the professional fronts were modeling agencies, because you can get kids,
Yeah.
you can get models as young as 12 for like Abercrombie and Finch and stuff like that,
Yeah.
like thrown up in there, put a bunch of makeup on them, and like, look at this. It's pretty whatever. But
yeah.
Jean-Luc was one of these guys. He set up MC Squared, and his properties were Mark Epstein's real estate in New York, which actually means Wexner. Every time there's a layer above that is the mega group, unless Wexner is the real money, not Epstein. But Jeffrey Epstein's brother owned the properties where these models were physically housed, and they're right adjacent to Jeffrey Epstein's house, which was given to him by Wexner, and right across the street from Bill Cosby, who liked to drug and rape people.
Do they all
dangerous
know
neighborhood?
Yeah.
Dangerous neighborhood.
Come on in. Help. We've escaped. Oh, come on in. I'll look after you. Oh, God. One rapist house to the next.
You know what was weird about him is when he was knocking people out, and then he'd play with their feet.
What?
Can you imagine? Just imagine the trauma. Rape's bad enough, but
waking up to
you got this, like, think about this. Really think about this. You got this TV dad, Bill Cosby. His image is good. He's got a good image. He's a funny dad that's trying to sneak in the kitchen, and Claire won't let him have a sandwich or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're some girl in New York, whatever, and you're just in a haze, and you wake up, and like the Jello pudding pop guy has your toes in his mouth, just like the Jello pudding. And you're just like, it's Bill Cosby. Just freak out. If he was just standing in the room fully clothed, you'd be like, what the fuck, Bill Cosby?
Bill Cosby?
You know,
not
but
only
he's got,
is he
like,
there.
You're like naked and your toes are in his mouth, and he's just, you know.
Oh, I didn't. That's
the
a
trauma
detail I didn't know about, and now I'm never
every
going
time
to
you watch the Cosby Show or hear that song, you'll be freaked out.
Yeah.
Your toes are gonna curl.
I just picture him in that sweater vest.
He had some fly sweaters. I'll give him that.
Tight sweater, Bill. This is my toe-sucking sweater. It's my favorite one.
The best sweaters was Fred Rogers, but Bill Cosby had some good sweaters.
Yeah.
He had some crazy ones.
I got one from Brett here that says, Ryan, spill the beans on Nygaard and Brunel.
I was just talking about Brunel. So
Yeah.
Peter Nygaard is oh man, I think Brett heard this already. He wants your audience to hear it. Brace yourselves.
Oh no.
Okay. You ever heard of a diaper party?
No. Oh.
Were you the podcast I said I told you about Hillary's 6.9s?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Threw up in the trash. I think it was my big dumb mouth, whatever. That was about it. 6.9 is a lesbian 69 with a period in the middle. You can figure that out on your own. This is worse than that.
What?
Yeah. Diaper parties.
What is wrong with these people?
A lot.
Like, how do they?
In my professional opinion, a lot.
It's just like, I don't understand. You might as well. I want to dress like the Joker all the time. If I had makeup, maybe.
Yeah, that's how Jokers are born.
Yeah,
is figuring out what these people do in secret.
Yeah.
So this guy, again, another fashion industry dude. He's from Finland. He got arrested in Canada. He has properties in the Caribbean, like all of them seem to, right? So they go down and mess with people. And he is a nice combination of like Jeffrey Epstein and Bill Cosby, because he was into little kids, like 14-year-old model types, and he liked to drug them and worse. Jesus. And pass them around to his friends and stuff. And he apparently had some sort of weird adult baby fetish, like put Pampers on the girls and pacifiers that would make them crawl around on the ground topless and punish them when they peed in their diapers, like put them over his knee and spank them and stuff. Gross stuff. Drugged them out of their minds. raped him in the ass. He's all into anal sex too on babies.
Imagine,
not actual babies, but adults, or not even adults, like preteens in diapers.
I'm just like, imagine that therapist session.
I can't. I mean, what do you say to that girl?
I don't know.
Some rich old guy.
Yeah.
He had enough TRT to power a station wagon, but you know, he's trying to be a silver fox and whatever.
Man.
And it's not just him; it's his buddies. He passed them around. They'd have these parties. He'd drug these girls. Burnell would do that. What he would do is not the diaper stuff, not that I know of, but he would yeah, at least there's a line, right?
Yeah.
He would take them to clubs in Paris and stuff, you know, slip some roofies in the drink, take them home like frat party style, and have his way with them when they, you know, were out of it and couldn't remember.
And these are the people that run the world.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh.
They blackmail the world. The U.S. currency is blackmail.
Yeah. And that's what this
Peter's now in jail, though. He has been arrested.
Finally.
Counts of rape, sexual trafficking. What else? The details that I just told you, though, haven't come out yet. But I already know. And trust me, I've been right about these things the whole time.
I know.
This shit will come out.
I've been following.
I said when Burnell was going to get arrested, too, I said he was going to be next. And I actually, we almost had it. I was trying to get hold of this guy, Fred. He's a French journalist. And I was like, you got to come on and talk about Burnell, but he's getting ready to get arrested. And we were talking to each other. And I got banned on Twitter, like I just said. So I was like, oh, man. So I had to get another guy on my Skype to get him to, you know, and then we got it hours after he got arrested. We did an interview, but it would have been so sweet if we had done it right beforehand. It's like, I heard he's about to get handcuffed, right? They got him because he went to the airport to go to Senegal. I think his ultimate destination, he was trying to get back to Brazil. I'll tell you, I can say why if you want, but it doesn't matter because he's in jail. He never made it. Yeah, it don't matter. I guess.
So close.
It doesn't matter. They're all in jail, man. I love it. Peter's in jail. Luke's in jail.
Good.
Bronfman's in jail. Glenn's in jail. Harvey Weinstein's in jail, and he does tie back into Epstein, and Epstein was in jail where they murdered him.
Do you think this is actually going to go anywhere, or do you think they're just going to like clean house and replace like they're kind of like middlemen, you know what I mean? Like you're saying, like the billionaires.
It's not going to go as far as I want, but it's not going to go nowhere. It's I mean, them being in jail is already somewhere.
Yeah, they're just going to have to take the L on this one. Yeah,
he's already from what I'm hearing, just flipping names. So
yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, what is it? Megagoyzilla? That sounds interesting. Fears my fellow white supremacists. Okie doke.
Whites.
What?
I think he's making fun of that guy that used to live in Japan.
Okay.
Taylor. Something. He always does the HW. White what? Where?
When do you want to? War Relish 89 with a ninja. Thanks, man. That's a lot. Thank you so much. Cam is key with a Chinese. What do you say? With a Chinese commie minder in the background. All right. Not sure what he means by that. Probably something to do with the.
I got nothing Chinese.
I don't know. He's in Japan, not China, and the Fed. Yeah, no kidding. So this guy, he was kind of. With the magic lemon elixir. Oh God,
that might look Chinese. It's Latin. It's a diploma.
It could be. It's Latin. It could be to somebody. Manitoba Patriot with the diamond says what? Oh, he's doing the Stone Cold thing. We're doing what? I should have just been doing that every time he said something. And then this guy went to jail. What?
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
And that's the bottom line. Yeah. Dude, that's what the punishment ought to be.
We were joking the other night that like we want Jesus to come back.
a steel chair.
Yeah, I want Jesus to come back, but looks like Stone Cold and just starts hammering people with chairs and giving out stunners. Wouldn't that be amazing?
What do you think the best like pro wrestling finisher, like the most punishing finisher, would be?
The one that always bothered me as a kid was the tombstone because I'm like his neck's broken. Like it just looks horrible. Like oh Lord. And then the most useless was the pedigree. I remember Triple H. It was like, that doesn't look like it did anything, but I guess it did. Or no, the people's elbow supposedly was pretty bad.
Well, yeah, that was pretty. That was done as a joke to try and make Undertaker laugh. And then they had to keep it.
That's funny.
His Spinebuster Slam was and the Rock Bottom was
that's
the
right.
They were gonna,
yeah, the Rock Bottom was at least a body slam of
after
sorts.
you do a Spinebuster, especially if it's like a Ron Simmons level one, they ain't getting up, and you could do a people's elbow, a cartwheel, whatever you want, because they're already out of it.
Yeah, I've let the wind knocked out of me. Oh, yeah, that would be nice.
I think the most neck breaking thing though is probably Scott Steiner's brainbuster. That's not what he called it.
Oh,
but,
D-Mac in the chat, the walls of Jericho. Yeah, that was pretty ridiculous. Remember that one? He was
I'm
just
talking
like,
about the best one. Like if I got to see Jean-Luc Brunel or Glenn Maxwell like take a choke slam or whatever, right? Like what finishing move would I want to see the most?
Cocaine Rim Job. That's his nickname. That's not a thing I'm doing. Morning beer is the best beer. Good morning from Vancouver. Good morning, sir. Canadians wear plaid with the diamond says the Superfly. That must be his favorite.
Oh, Jimmy Snuka headbutt off the top.
Yeah. The DDT was also good. Yeah. Ammo C9.
DDT sweet.
Yeah.
Jake the Snake's DDT was the best because he added the sweep to it.
Lemon Regeneron. Oh, no.
I think the best finisher though that I'd really love to see happen in Glenn Maxwell would be the Road Warriors, where one lifts him up on the shoulder, the other clotheslines him into a backflip.
Could you imagine? That's part of their punishment. There's a pay-per-view where they just set all these people up. To,
especially if animals doing it. You know, it's like,
yeah, they're just getting crushed by these. Batista! Boot to the face. He took her head clean off. Just Lane Maxwell's head just comes right off her body.
Well, I think Rikishi's stink face would be good too, but they'd probably enjoy it considering the stuff they're into.
Yeah, maybe they might. A bit too much. Fuck. Yeah, I was saying that guy, so that Paul Miller guy, they drove him crazy, and he was talking about he's like, I don't want to protest or like this is all going to come apart. This whole thing is rotten. The whole system, like everything is just being pulled to shreds. Violence is inevitable. I mean, unfortunately, I'm not pushing it. I'm saying like I can see it happening. It's like being on the Titanic. Like the boat's listing to one side quite a bit, guys. Have you noticed? Don't say you want the boat to. I'm not saying I want it to sink. I'm saying it's sinking. It's a difference,
right?
You know
exactly. Like the water's coming in.
Yeah,
it's already happening.
And he's saying like, just be prepared. That's all that really you can do right now. Because I mean, people want to protest and do the kind of stuff, but I mean, I don't. It's so corrupt. There's so, especially in Canada too. Like at least in the States, there's a facade of like a. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say a facade. A lot of Trump supporters are well-intentioned, meaning patriot nationalist type people, but the establishment itself, like the Republican Party and the Democrat, like they're all fucking owned. Same in Canada, it's the same thing. There's no difference.
Some resistance, like there's Trump.
Yeah. Do you think he's
less bad than the other two? In Canada, you don't have a choice. You got Trudeau.
Yep.
We
got all Trudeau's, all of them. The NDP, the third position party, they're literally communists. And then the conservatives are like, we're going to get really into LGBT stuff. We want to go with that, and we're ill about integrating the Muslims. And he's got Chinese, like the guy that ran, he was taking money.
Marvin the Martian.
Yeah.
I'm going to blow up the earth.
Well, he kind of is.
Kermit the Frog.
Aaron O'Toole. He's big, fat, bald. I know he's taking money from the Chinese.
Like Jordan Peterson sounds like Kermit the Frog.
Oh, jeez, just clean your room. Everything starts with cleaning your room. I get so upset.
Wash your dick.
Maybe more importantly.
If you're cleaning your own room, you didn't marry well.
Yeah. What? What do I got you for? I want a bacon sandwich. I want this room clean. I'm going to stomp a mud hole in your ass and walk it dry. What? Why did I marry you? Because I said I'd give you a stunner if you did.
I miss the testosterone of the Attitude Era.
It was amazing. That's probably why it had to end. It was too good. It was too effective.
I think that might have been better. I kind of favor the golden era because of the nostalgia and how just everyone was a character. Macho Man, Hogan, all that. It was so great.
Good. And they brought that back too at the end. The crossover, the WCW crossover.
Yep. But their heyday was definitely like
late 90s, early 2000s.
85 or so. And then, then the Attitude was from like 97 to 2000 was the best, though.
Yeah. Oh, somebody just asked me if I saw that David Knight got fired from InfoWars. Did you see that?
Oh, well, good riddance.
I guess he was, it was something about him.
Dude.
He was given,
truth.
Yeah, he was something like that. It was something about Trump and the coronavirus, maybe. And he was like, I'm not lying about it. And then they're like, oh, they fired him. He makes everybody sign NDAs at work there. That's not suspicious. No one can say anything about.
A lot of them are like volunteer interns and not even getting paid.
Oh, man. And I heard he's like ripped some people off before. And yeah, I don't know. Mostly Acadian says, my glorious white skin is positively glowing beneath these dark snow clouds. Congratulations. War Relish 89 and Ninjagini, do your push-ups.
Was he related to Larry Bird?
It could be. Do your push-ups, he says. Yeah, we should. Everybody get. And yeah, get in shape, be prepared, and be mentally and physically prepared because it's not going to get better. Things are going to get way worse.
I think Larry Bird was the best subtle shit talker in the NBA.
Larry Bird.
He went to win his third 3-point contest in a row, which was all of them at the time. He didn't even take his warm-up jersey off, and he entered the room with all these professional basketball players and said, "Which one of you is getting second?"
What a dick.
And then he beat them all. And somebody did get second. He just walked down, didn't say nothing. That's
common with all that. Like Michael Jackson. Michael Jordan was kind of like Jordan, that too. Yeah. Kind of, but I mean, that's the mentality.
Crap to him that just made him go harder.
Yeah, I mean, he was unstoppable though. Faith and Hope says worked 40 years with men, prefer that to women. Okay, depends on the trade, I suppose. But yeah, Larry Bird is a killer. Yeah. What else was I gonna? There's something I wanted to say. No, I can't remember.
Sorry, I threw you off with that.
I don't know. Who knows? This is just man. We're going. I got 11 and a half more hours to go, so it's gonna be
getting as more 80s references as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss the 80s. The 80s was like peak humanity. Everything should have just stopped at like 85. It's like that's it. No more technology. We're good. We're good with this. Everything else is a mistake after this. Well, I was born in 86, so everything after 86 was a mistake.
Yeah, you got to have after you're born.
And everything stops. No more. Yeah.
Let's see. 87 was a good year. It had Metroid came out the year before. Yep. Nintendo was where it was at in the 80s. That was the people were all playing Zelda. And
that was my first one.
Stuff.
Yeah, my oldest son is obsessed with Super Mario right now, which is pretty hilarious because it's like the games they have out now. Like they've got Cyberpunk 2077, which is like the newest.
Their 35th anniversary is soon.
Yeah, and he's playing
in
Super
Japan.
Mario.
That's like a thing. Like Mario is has anniversaries. So does Kirby.
Well, I saw that Japan is having their new minister wants to be more diverse. Wants to have all kinds of.
No, it's not him. That wasn't.
Or someone.
The prime minister didn't say that.
Not the prime minister, like the immigration minister, some minister, someone in the government.
And what he actually said was, I'm glad you brought that up because I can clear that up. What he said was, you have to understand the situation. Japan has a major problem with paying pension funds because we have more elderly people than any country in the world. Because
that's true.
They never die. We have more
Italy's
people
like
over 100. Yeah, more people over 100 years old than anywhere in the world. There's more centurions in Okinawa than there are in like France, right? Which is up there. They don't die. So if you're collecting money from 65 to 100,
they don't die,
and more than 100, right?
Yeah, we need workers.
So they don't have a replacement population. Like they're all just having about a kid apiece. So it's a Ponzi scheme anyway. Social Security, pensions, all that, because you constantly have to have growth where you can have more people who can pay for 2 generations ago, and then they have to have more grandkids and more grandkids. So the recipe is the same ideology as a cancer cell. Growth for the sake of growth eventually isn't going to work because you've got a limited amount of land and resources. So having replacement births is a good idea, but you still got to do something about the current generation that has pensions that you can't pay for. So what they're doing is they're not getting more immigrants. They're letting the immigrants who are already here get visas so that they can stay 10 years or whatever. Because as a foreign worker, you pay into the system, but you don't collect later. So if I'm here another 10 years, I'm paying in, and then I get kicked out and I don't get a pension. But for most people, if you're from Vietnam or China or something, they'll take that deal because the currency gap is so high between Japan and where they're from that they can just have a savings and go home and they don't need a pension because they're set, right? So it's a win for that foreigner and it's a win for Japan. They get their elderly population paid for. Their immigration doesn't really increase. It just lets people stay longer who are here anyway. And then they throw them out. I
was going to say, because that's surprising. And that was kind of, I was thinking last night, like a good way to.
It wouldn't matter anyway. There's 99.9% Japanese.
Yeah, but I mean that's.
What if we went up to 99.5?
Yeah, it wouldn't make any difference. But that's like
countries. Yeah,
one of the things you can't talk about is like the demographic replacement of like Europe and North America. They don't like that, and they think it's like not a thing. Like no, it's always like like stereotypically we all kind of. I've never been to Japan, but I mean I have an idea of what that would be like. Japan, China, Saudi Arabia.
Very Japanese. Speak Japanese.
If I went to Japan and was like, "Where's all the Japanese people?" If everybody there was from Africa and from Saudi Arabia and Pakistan, I'd be like, "This is fucking weird. What is this place?"
Well, that's what happened to me in London.
Yeah. And then it's not Japan, is it? It's somewhere else. So
I don't mind. Like, I'd probably enjoy going to the Middle East, but I wouldn't want it to be. I want it to be Middle Eastern. And when I went to Europe, I wanted it to be European.
Yeah.
But when I was there, it was Pakistan, Muslims, Southeast Asia, anything other than Anglican European people.
And it comes with violence and cultural infighting and all the crap. You know what I mean?
No assimilation.
No.
It's not multicultural. That's the word they use, and they use diverse, but it's not diverse.
No,
it's a leftist hellhole.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, they'll say, like, I'm not against immigration. I'm not against, anything like that. I'm against, let's take, again, like, if that was the plan, like, say Japan, it's 99.9% Japanese. Nobody has a problem with that. Why not? They must be the most racist country in the world. Canada is the most, we're constantly being told we're racist and horrible. Oh, you got white supremacy. We have the fastest changing demographics in the history of the earth without a war. We're taking more
Japan
people than
has
anyone.
Multiple ethnic groups. It just has one nationality, Japanese.
Yeah.
They're all different variations of Asian here or whatever. You have Yamamoto and Jomon and whatever.
But that used to be, like Canada or the United States.
They're not racist. They don't hate anyone more
no,
than
I know.
they do China.
But
it's
I mean,
the same race.
If the same logic was if the same logic was applied, it would be like, oh, but if they're that, but Canada used to be 99%. It'd say, but white European is all not the same thing. Like Irish and German are not the same thing. French and Italian
Canada
are not the same
used to
thing.
be 100% Native American.
Whoops. Maybe don't let tons and millions of people just show up and then,
maybe they should have shut their borders now.
Whoops.
Ask any native or Eskimo if you need borders.
Well, you're a white supremacist that's also native.
You let a few of them in, they'll all come over. Oh, shut up, Tonka, whatever.
Yeah. Shut up. What's a few white people gonna do? Oh, we fragility, native tears, we deal.
Disease,
It's the same. It's the same idea. Yeah, I remember that they wrote that anti-hate article about me, and they had you and the white supremacist Ryan. I was like, He's native. Aren't you like Cherokee or something?
Not Cherokee, but it wouldn't matter even if I was 100% white. I'm not a supremacist. I've never said any white supremacist crap.
No,
ever. I always speak out against racism.
Yeah.
The light switch brain, though, they come in and they think, okay, if I speak out against racism towards whites, then I must be a white supremacist.
Yep.
And if I speak out against racism by whites, then I must be anti-white.
Yeah.
Like, no, racism's dumb. I don't care who's doing it. You shouldn't be prejudiced.
Yeah.
Unless it's a ginger.
Like myself. We have no souls. We traded them in for well, we don't know what we traded them in for. We got the short end of that stick.
It's just a mutation.
A lot of stress. You die earlier. You're just angry all the time. It's just a defect. Something went wrong in the factory. It's there was a recall, and we're not supposed to be here. Jessica says it's the fucking Megabowl. Yes, it is. Thank you.
It is Megabowl.
Mecha Godzilla again. What do you say? Am I honorary Canuck if my grandfather was born there? Yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, you can be here 18 months from Syria.
You can take the Canadian test.
Yeah. Which is, you don't have to speak any language. Just show up. If you're from Syria and you're 18 months, you're a citizen now. That's how great it is.
I mean, do you have a picture of Bret Hart in your house?
Instead of the Queen, right? Yeah, Bret
What's
Hart.
your favorite hockey team? And how many and what day did you finish watching the entire series of Trailer Park Boys?
Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah.
Friend of ours, he might be on later. We did a little movie, The Son of Plaid. East Coast Canadian was in that, and Cyrus from Trailer Park Boys. He did a little film with him a little while ago. I think it was called Reprobate.
Have you seen that meme where they make the Southern United States Jesus land and they add Canada to the U.S. And I'm like, Nova Scotia needs to be red.
It should. It would. It's the damn city. It's like Nova Scotia is kind of like Virginia in a way, where it's like a lot of the rural town or people are pretty normal, but when you get to the city, it's like, what the. How did this get here? No one here likes you. Everyone hates the city. Yeah.
That's what in Virginia we call it Nova, Northern Virginia.
No.
And it's all carpetbaggers and scallywags up down there.
Scallywags. Carpetbaggers. Mecha Godzilla again says diversity means non-white. Yep, that's what it means. Daf Beta says is demographic replacement out of fear of Nazis part 2. No, it's just
that's the excuse.
It's the. I mean, from what I understand it's basically just a way to destroy national unity and any kind of tribalism. And if you
There
got a
was
bunch,
racial segregation in the U.S. 20 years after the Nazis had been defeated.
yeah,
So
right.
It is that.
Yeah, the Nazis were less racist than America was actually in the 40s. But there were black soldiers in the Wehrmacht, and there wasn't any black, I think, combat units in the American
Right.
military, but there wasn't many anyway, and the ones that did exist were very
But
controversial.
They weren't losing either, so they didn't get that.
That's
level.
true. Yeah, it didn't need to happen. They did have concentration camps for the Japanese, though. Shh.
So did Canada.
Yep. Shh. Well, why weren't they all dead? Well, our country, our cities and infrastructure and roads and railways and ports and everything weren't
They
bombed
took
into
old
oblivion.
Civil War forts that had been used for prisoners then and used them on German Americans sent from Tennessee to Texas.
Yeah, that's right.
The Japanese camps.
Italian Americans too were put in those camps as well. I always say it's just Japanese,
Italians.
but goddamn dirty wops, get the fuck out of here! Oh, hey, oh, whoa!
Yeah, they did put the Italians in there.
Yeah, and the German, yeah, pretty much everybody.
I don't think the Italians could tell. No, because at that time they were a pretty poor population in the U.S. and lived in ghettos anyway. So
yeah, this place is honestly, Vinny. This is an upgrade. I don't mind this. It's not bad. Yeah, watch your mouth. Carrot SK says gingers shall inherit the earth. That's a terrifying thought.
Well, kind of like cockroaches, right?
Yeah, they keep saying we're going extinct, but I have 3 kids, so I mean, I don't know.
No, I mean it's mutations, so you're not going to go extinct.
That's right.
It happens.
It's
wherever there's inbreeding.
It's God's will. Fuck. Becca Godzilla says New Jersey Devils for the win. Oh, well, he's a Devils fan. Let's go Devils! Yeah, for that Seinfeld episode.
The perfect mascot for New Jersey.
Doff Beta says why Blueberry's not pushing it elsewhere? It is pushed everywhere. It's pushed all over every European country. It's
they can't push it in Japan because they don't run the media.
Really?
That's why. Wherever they run the media, it's open door borders, right? But where they don't have the media, they don't have any control.
It's interesting that Japan's kind of remained like relatively independent then from global banking syndicate.
You got to think though, Japan was like from the late 1600s until 1853, they just shut the door.
Ah,
Like nobody came, not even Chinese. Like nope, nothing. We're just isolated.
Well, I mean, it's when we're working out okay. They don't have the crazy violence and the stuff that's going on here now. I mean, Toronto even, like, you never would have imagined that 30 years ago. The state that it's in now, it's basically turning into Chicago. I wonder what's changed. But yeah, it's every
level.
Pardon?
I bet you Chicago had more shootings in a month than
in Iraq,
all
I think,
of Canada did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as close as we can come to Chicago. It's like one guy threw a snowball. It's a crisis. It's a national crisis.
Yeah.
But there's been some shooting.
They ran out of syrup.
It's in. I mean, Ireland is like full of Africans now. London, England is the acid attack capital of the world, and the mayor's name is Sadiq Khan. It's completely overrun by Muslim trafficking gangs, and it's crazy. Germany is out of control. Italy, France, like every European.
Paris is just a big homeless shelter.
Paris is on fire right now. Australia is getting flooded with these people. Even New Zealand.
Disobedience Day yesterday.
Disobedience Day in France.
I thought that was every day in France. But
they've been right. A year ago, they were
official Disobedience Day.
Fuck you! I'm not doing it. This day I don't do anything. They were pulling a guillotine around in the streets last year, or a few months ago.
The Japanese have a joke about the French.
Oh,
is that if you want to get a French person to do something, tell them not to do it.
Fuck you! In France, we do everything out of spite. Everything is
don't do that. Oh yeah,
fine, I'll do it. Magnus von Tool, exotic Japanese guest. Well, I wouldn't say he's Japanese, but maybe, kind of, maybe. How does their citizenship work there? Could you ever be a Japanese citizen, or does it?
It could. It's possible, but not really. It's unrealistic. I could get a like long-term residency visa. Yeah. You have to be here for 10 years, which means you have to get work visas or something consecutively for 10 years, and then you can apply to get a long-term residence visa.
Jeez.
So you can marry in. That's about the only real way.
Yeah. Interesting.
To marry
well, I mean, that's person. So they have like reasonable immigration standards.
Yeah, they have him.
You know,
Exactly.
just show up and I don't know, get a sandwich and you're in. That's all it takes. War relish with the diamond, no message. Thank you.
Their immigration centers don't speak any languages other than Japanese.
Nor should they. It's Japan, you know. But if you did that in any other any Western country, they'd lose their minds.
Chinese and Korean or something, but they don't. It's like
it's
an immigration center. Everybody there is not from Japan, but you have to learn Japanese or you're not going to get in.
Yeah. So. Well, yeah. That's. Do you speak much Japanese? I imagine you probably do a little bit.
Yeah, but like, imagine there are lots of people who might learn how to listen and speak, but they can't read and write very well.
Yeah.
Because you're not doing that every day, and it's the hardest writing system in the world to learn.
It seems complicated. it looks tough. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't have anything around me with it.
Mostly Acadian with another Ninjagini. He says fucking Kalergi. Yeah, no kidding. Daft Beta with another diamond says London is stab central. Rape gangs operate outside. Yeah, there was the Rotherham rape gang. There was a bunch of different cities. Yeah, London's the stabbing capital, the murder capital of the world. I think there.
Well, if it wasn't PC to report on the culprits, they just acted like it wasn't there.
Well, they were saying
you got people of every color doing rape gangs, all the way up to the royal family. My joke is
that's true.
This is sick, but Prince Andrew is the Kevin Bacon of pedophile rings. Because he knew Peter Nagard, he knew Jean-Luc Brunel, and he knew Maxwell and Epstein.
Kevin Bacon.
You know the 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, like a movie that he's in that was somebody.
Yeah,
like everybody
knows Kevin Bacon. Yeah,
every single rape ring is like 1 degree from Prince Andrew.
Jesus Christ,
they're all 1 degree from Prince Andrew. So yeah, I mean, France too. They have a culture of just like banging a 13-year-old just isn't that big a deal.
It's sick. There's just sick. I don't know, man. But I mean, yeah, I don't. I mean, what are your? I got another 5 minutes here, and then I got another guy coming in. So,
I'm getting showing. All right,
into the oven, schnell. Yeah. What do you think is going to happen? I mean, as far as that goes, I mean, is Trump going to like what is going to happen there? I don't see any way around it being violent.
Go all the way to January 20th saying there's fraud.
Yeah,
because there was.
And then, like, they're gonna try and push him in there, and then like what? And then gunfire, like, because they can't let this happen. I mean, there's got to be militias and guys in the States where like, there's just no fucking way. Like we all see what's happening, right? It's like this is. I mean, the guy's blatantly owned by corporations and the Chinese and like you're just gonna let this happen.
They just played Dixie on my way out. What they don't understand is our side has been preparing for this since 1865. Never stopped thinking about it.
Yeah, well, Texas was talking about
oblivious.
Yeah, Texas was talking about seceding, and I was like, if you guys do that, I'm fucking coming. Open it up. I got about 10 or 15 guys in here that watch from Texas, and they're like, fuck, man, we'll fucking take you down.
I think a lot of people would love to move to the U.S. if it had like Southern ideas.
Yeah.
Then you'd have borders.
Yep. Yeah,
There'd be a border right on the south side of Mexico.
Yeah, just a big
wall.
Because
all that's coming with us now.
What you building, Daddy? The Great Wall of Texas, boy.
This
all
is
the way
Southern
around.
Texas now.
Yeah, we got it all.
That's one way to fix the coke problem.
Yeah,
manage it better. No.
Better, man. Yeah. Same Texas coke problem, but under new management. We promise.
I think they really want to push in Harris. Biden doesn't know where he is half the time. And she is just the most unlikable person on par with like Pelosi and Hillary. Like everyone hates her. Everybody. Yeah. And it's I like Biden's comment, like she only qualified because she has a brown vagina. I was like, no matter what he says or does, the media ignores it, right?
Yeah.
Like we just gotta get him in. We just gotta get him in. Then we can trash him. But I don't know, man. I don't see it happen with the Hunter laptop. And with poll workers now being arrested for fraud, and you've even got Republicans in the House and Senate saying, I'm going to contest this election. Mitch McConnell can suck an egg, right?
Yeah.
Because they see it like, if we don't do that, we're going to pay a price and get called a coup and whatever.
Yeah.
But not doing it's going to be a lot worse.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about the whole red part of America, which is all of it, is not going to accept it.
No.
They'll be like, nope, everywhere they go, they're going to get booed and cheered, and there's going to be violence. They're going to ignore them. If they try and lock them down, people are going to ignore the lockdown order. It's just be like, up yours. It's just going to be, and eventually, and a lot of the cops, they're on Team Trump, right?
Yep.
Because look, the left said defund the police, defund the police.
Yep.
So when you try and enforce that thing, when gangs are beating the piss out of anti-fags or whatever, then
the only thing between us and them is the cops.
Sit there and eat donuts. Yeah.
What do you think's going to happen then? I mean, we're the only thing in between. I mean, the police are the only thing in between. Guys just going, you know what? How about fuck you? Maybe I'll, come to your house, Governor.
How about I just open this restaurant anyway, and people come here and eat, and they're like, oh, but lockdown. Like, it's all theatrics. You wear a mask from the door to your table, then you take it off. Do you even science? Like,
do you even science? Oh no,
we can all see this is crap. You're on an airplane, you take your mask off while you're eating 2 inches away from people, and you're sitting in a cylinder. It's not really about the virus. It's about compliance. It's about being a sheep.
Yep.
But this is, my brother pointed out the best one. This is the winner. I'll say this before I leave.
Sure.
This is the dumbest. Do you even science? Kids right now you can have a wrestling match, but you can't shake hands after you're done.
Yeah.
That's a real thing. Yeah, you can wrestle like, all over each other.
Breathing in each other's faces and everything. Yeah.
Take downs and and then, but at the end, because of Rona, you can't shake hands.
No. It is just obedience training, and that's the scary thing.
It's obedience training. It's like you're not really worried about the virus.
No.
If you're allowed, like I'm glad they let restaurants go and let flights fly and all, but it's like, oh, you gotta have a mask. Now if you do international, you gotta get a Rona check.
Yeah.
But you can only get it from certain places. Yeah. Right. So there's no
they're gonna start walking all this stuff in. I remember I was in a grocery store somewhere in Saskatchewan, and they had a guy. He came in with his mask on, but his kid didn't have a mask on. So I'm like, you're not like, if you think this is a really big problem that you're scared enough that you need to wear a mask, but your child isn't wearing one. So do you hate your own children? Why did you bring them to this dangerous place? Oh, you're not scared of the virus. You're scared of someone going, oh, you aren't doing the thing. Like, that's all. You're scared of the government.
Preschools aren't wearing masks because a lot of those kids are going to go and take it off, right? It's too much of a pain. So like, they don't have to wear masks.
Yeah, and they're like, if they're
because 2 and 3 year olds are not threatened, but couldn't they be little carriers and give it to the teachers and whatever?
You would think.
No, and it isn't true. It's all mask policy is nothing but theater. It's just go bah, every time you stick it on, it's dehumanize people.
Yeah.
Put on your mask, and they go after your symbols of defiance. That's why I fly the stars in bars, and I don't wear a mask.
That's right. I don't wear one either. I'm just doing whatever the fuck. How bad is it over there? Are people pretty compliant with it, or?
Japan was a mask-wearing culture before Rona.
That's true.
Like, they would just put them on, because subways are dirty, and this is a very hygienic conscious country.
Yeah, it was rude. Like if you were sick and you didn't have a mask on, it was like super rude. Or like to sneeze into public, it was like, oh my god.
They're already washing hands and wipe. That's how it is anyway.
Yeah,
because they don't like contamination by contact, especially foreigners. And that has to go back to what smallpox and stuff did to Japan. The Portuguese brought it over, and the Fujiwara family married in well. What happened is, like, so many people were dying from the epidemic that it screwed up the feudalism land policies and inheritance, or some groups were consolidating large things. That's why you had these like roaming fiefdoms of samurai fighting each other over the scraps, and it was all from this disease that killed too many people too quickly, and people were able to consolidate large plots of land and then attack the people that had a little bit, and blah blah blah. But anyway, Shinto religion is all about cleanliness and water and purification. And even though most of them don't believe in Shinto anymore, like in a theological way, the tradition and stuff still is ingrained, right? So they're all about that cleanliness and washing and spacing and bowing. You don't touch, you don't shake hands. You sure as hell don't go kiss each other on the cheek, right?
Yeah.
It's funny. It's like, and if you're a foreigner, they'll shake your hand if you hold it out because they know, oh, well, he's from wherever. But they don't like it. They're like, it's kind of gay.
Toxic masculinity. Don't be gay.
Don't touch my hand.
Don't touch that. Yeah. I will kill you. Yeah, they might.
Well, I see Italians basically licking each other's faces. And I'm like,
hey, oh, what's with all the whopping in here?
And I'm like, oh, that's why you're spreading disease. Whatever.
Just shitting all over Italians today.
Yeah, I don't know why.
It was your fault we lost a fucking war.
Well, the Italians were not really fully in that. If the majority of them had backed Mussolini, it would have been a different story. But they were never really committed in World War II.
Yeah, well, they were bogged down with the Albanians for quite a while. So. In Ethiopia, you know, big heavy hitters they were dealing with there, and then the Greeks was a big problem. So.
Well, no one had conquered Ethiopia. Like all the colonial powers, no one got Ethiopia or Liberia ever. So it's surrounded by mountains. It's not.
Why do they want Ethiopia anyway?
No matter what.
I've never actually looked into that. Like, why Ethiopia? Is there anything there that's worth?
Well, back when Eritrea used to be part of Ethiopia, that part would have been valuable because it's on the Red Sea. But now, yeah, it really isn't that important. Not worth not worth the. It's important, obviously, it's the country, but it's not worth what you'd lose to try and take it. Is what I'm saying. Like,
what kind? Yeah, Ethiopia is coffee. Is there a lot of coffee there? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, yeah,
no, it's maritime. It's maritime access to the Silk Road. But Eritrea, the northern part of Ethiopia, is now a new country, and so that's the important piece of it. Yeah. So that's right. If you look at the north of the Strait of Hormuz, you got a bunch of small countries just for maritime access. You got Qatar, Bahrain, you got a piece of Saudi Arabia, and then you got Oman, all up there, and then. Yeah. On the
Ethiopia's connected to the ocean,
isn't it? You got Djibouti, Eritrea, yeah. So it's all these little port cities, and it's all about maritime trade that goes to the Suez Canal because that slither connects the Mediterranean to the east. So all your sea trade from Asia has to either go through the Strait of Hormuz or the Red Sea. So you want that, and it was important to Italy strategically. And they still have very good relationship with Eritrea, the northern, what used to be North Ethiopia.
Right.
A lot of people there speak Italian. Italian garments are one of the biggest industries down there.
Really?
So, yeah, they kind of took it over commercially anyway, even though they lost as a military.
Jeez.
So, yeah, a little history for people.
Damn. Well, I did not know that. You know a lot more than I do. Yeah, anyway, thanks for coming out, man.
There's a journalist you can get on named Thomas Mountain that lives in Eritrea. He'll talk your ear off about what's going on.
Jeez.
Interesting.
Thomas Mountain.
Yeah.
Never heard of that
they
guy.
If you want to stop the refugee crisis, you're going to have to fix the Horn of Africa because that area with Sudan and that old Horn, they're not just going to Europe for fun.
Yeah, maybe blowing it up was a mistake. I don't know, bombing the living hell out of it.
It's the predatory lending and the mercenary warfare and so on that has to end.
Yeah.
And you have to close your borders, but do both, right? Yeah. Stop it at both ends.
No kidding. How dare you say such a thing? You know. Anyway, thanks for coming out, dude. I appreciate it.
Stop the blueberry policies, and then you don't. If you don't want ants, don't put sugar on the floor.
That's a good way to look at it. ANCreport.com. Do you have a Twitter handle or anything like that? Or I guess you're banned.
Banned on Twitter.
You're on Parler now?
I think my name is Ryan Dawson on Parler.
Okay.
That or it's Rye Dawson. It's one of those.
Contact page either way. But yeah, you got lots of good stuff on 9/11. The American Civil War is also a lot of a specialty of yours. I think.
Especially recently, we got my brother and I doing some talks on the Civil War.
Crazy. Yeah, I've just been getting into that recently.
Just lie about it like every other war.
Yes,
of course. I'm a lot surprised. Yeah. Like, wasn't that to free the slaves? And I'm like, oh, just shoot.
Yes.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, this was the only war ever that was just about virtuous, good doing. We're the good guys. Never has that ever
thousands of Yankees died to free slaves and then immediately enslaved the Chinese. And wait, they didn't pass the 13th Amendment till the second try.
How many
fought a war to free the slaves and then shoot down the amendment that would free the slaves?
How many northern states had some of them had slaves anyway?
Yeah, 6 of them did.
And
they really, even when
Lincoln wanted to deport
freed. It was only on paper.
Didn't Lincoln want to send all the blacks back to Africa? Wasn't that his plan?
He did send blacks to Africa and the Caribbean. His goal was he settled on the plan to send them back, or not back. He sent them to Central America. He did not want them blacks and whites living together.
Yeah, but he's the hero,
and
right?
They enslaved the Chinese to build the railroads after the Civil War, and a lot of former blacks and Irish and Italians ended up just doing what's called script pay, where it's not even real dollars. It's this script money, kind of like a Federal Reserve note, but you can only spend this on their own store, right? You can't buy anything.
Canadian Tire money.
Store, right? Yeah. And so it's like that lasted until the 1920s. And so you had a lot of really poor black and white people from Kentucky, West Virginia, that whole area working on the railroads, being sharecroppers or whatever, and they're getting paid in script. And it wasn't until the Blair Mountain Rebellion and a huge strike by the coal miners in Colorado, those two events, that finally did away with the tent cities and script pay and got people on actual wages, because they didn't replace it with wage slavery. It was worse than wage slavery. It was script. And that whole section from the 1870s to the 1920s, I mean, think about it, the 1920s, right? People are still getting paid in fucking script, right? Like,
wow.
Not everywhere, but those people, you know, and it was always like the former slaves and their ancestors.
That's crazy.
The same poor people that were doing it anyway, right?
It's like, I'll pay you in store credit. Like, oh, that's
right.
Not
like,
helpful.
Yeah, you can get a discount at the store where you work at.
Yeah,
that's your payment.
Yeah, you can work at Foot Locker and you get 50% off shoes. That's what we pay you in. What? Yeah, that's all. Brutal.
I need 50% off one of the shoes.
But people are oppressed today. That's, I mean, we're all about, you know, the oppression of.
They still have sweatshops and stuff. Slavery's still going on.
It's
they just moved it to China or Indonesia or whatever. You know,
outsourced all of the jobs to the Chinese. Good stuff.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, of course.
They took our slaves.
They took our goddamn slaves.
Well, they used to bring the Chinese to San Francisco and have them actually build the railroad. Now they just make all their Apple and Nike and whatever over there, or Brazil, and maybe they get paid, but it's serfdom, slavery. It's slavery, man. They have suicide nets in the factories. They're working 12-hour days.
And those are the companies telling everybody not to be racist and, you know, be good, and, you know, refugees welcome, mass immigration.
Starbucks and Whole Foods and all that. They get all preachy at you.
They're so full of crap. They don't care. They're all just about making money, and that's the end of the day. What always goes back. Every war, everything. Where's follow the money? Where's the money going? Where'd it come from? That's what it always.
That was the Civil War. It was bankers from Philadelphia, Boston, and New York. That was the real people that pushed Lincoln into the war.
It's one of those things where you look at it and you read it and you go, yeah, that's probably what it was. You know what I mean? It's like,
I think nowadays people see the lies about Iraq and Syria and everything else, and they're like, hey, what about the World Wars or the Civil War? Or,
every time. World War I blew my mind about all the stuff they set up for that one.
Every time is a very good phrase.
Every single time.
Yep, it's pretty much them.
Jesus.
Banking class, the banking class.
That's the international banking syndicate, man. That's just, I mean, the globalists, whatever the fuck, you know, we all know. It's scumbags, they're criminals, they're
Luciferians.
The Luciferian cult. They're in Bohemian Grove eating babies.
Raping babies. They are raping babies. Well, they're raping teenagers dressed like babies.
Yeah, at least.
But they're going to jail at least. You know, no one heard of these people until like last year, it seems like.
And then everything
I can't say no one. Like, there were other Epstein investigators and stuff.
He wasn't a household name.
No, he wasn't. And Peter Nagard definitely wasn't.
He's got a Netflix special now. You know, which is probably, I haven't watched it because I'm like, it's a whole propaganda. It's going to be misdirection and bullshit.
It's the Epstein one.
Yeah, I didn't even bother.
It was like, it suddenly made the argument like, was it really that so bad? I mean, they're living on an island in a mansion and they get to fly to Paris and this and that, get clothing control. And
isn't it funny?
Prostitutes, man. No, they're not going to say that, but that's what they're kind of saying.
Isn't it funny that all that came out, all the WikiLeaks, the Podesta dumps, and all that stuff? It kind of basically proved a lot of this, and then the whole world went upside down shortly after that.
Oh, by the way, guess who's in trouble?
Oh,
Cuomo.
Is he?
Cuomo.
Oh, is he involved? I'm sure he is. They're all.
Yes. Oh,
that's amazing.
There ain't been a governor or mayor or anybody in New York that hadn't been involved with mafia or something. Cuomo is definitely one of those. Now, I haven't seen any evidence of pedophilia, but he definitely been messing around with escorts and prostitutes.
Yeah. And
he's been sexually harassing his female employees.
I saw that Crenshaw was
he was following
got nailed for a $1,500 an hour for somebody said,
is that what they charged?
I was listening. I don't know. I was listening to Red Ice, and they had
prostitution. $1,500 an hour.
He's got
more than a lawyer.
He's got a framed picture of himself in his office.
That's more than a lawyer.
Who does it? I'm like, everything about this guy is cartoonishly ridiculous.
He's got a framed picture of the escort in his office?
No, of himself.
Oh my God!
He's got a
even
picture
worse.
of himself. Like,
All
does he
I had
look
heard
at it
on
and go,
that story
"Fuck"?
is he was following her on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh, I guess we got hacked or someone else added her. I didn't add her."
Yeah, sure.
I mean, why not just? I don't have a Twitter anymore, but I'm sure I was following. I don't know who I was following.
That's true.
I just say
That's
yes.
true.
You know, I don't look at it.
Yeah.
Just say, "Oh yeah, I was following her." I didn't.
That would have
that
been.
didn't mean I know her. You
That's
know
a
what I mean?
guilty excuse. I was hacked. That's what he should have said. Because how many people are on Twitter, especially at that level? It's like, I don't like if someone was saying like, "Did
Someone
you know?"
hacked Dan Crenshaw and all they did was follow an escort?
Yeah.
I think of all the other stuff they could have done.
They didn't want his private messages. They just wanted him to follow an escort. They didn't want the messages with the
one
escort.
you're taking photos with. I mean, shut up, guy.
He's so stupid. Yeah. Well, let me consult the photo of myself on my wall here. How fucking full of yourself do you gotta be?
Didn't he lose an eye doing bukkake at the Knesset?
I don't know. Yeah, everyone's like, well, he was a Navy SEAL, wasn't he? It's like, that only takes you so far. I mean, he's pretty much undone a lot of that with his antics and nonsense.
Whatever. I mean, I'm not impressed by that. If he was, then that doesn't mean anything.
Well, I mean, so was Chris Kyle, and that guy was a massive piece of garbage. You ever read his book?
I don't think he was a SEAL. I think it was Delta. Whatever. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I don't know what Crenshaw was. I thought he was a SEAL, but maybe not.
I think he was just a politician.
Yeah. They made that movie, and they made Chris Kyle look.
Israeli skull fuck him.
Yeah, I'm just waiting on Brendan. I don't know what Brendan's doing. I messaged him. He's on his way. I don't know, maybe, but
I'm just talking to your guest.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just waiting to see if he shows up. But yeah, with
we have so we got a commercial about Crenshaw coming out. One of our little space cook things, like you've seen the Alex Jones ones, and Paul Watson and so on. So Crenshaw's next, and boy, it's a good one. Like, I was laughing when we were coming up with the writing. I heard there's 2 other guys doing the writing. I was dying. It was so good. I was like, oh, I can't wait to see this.
Dan Crenshaw,
it hits hard.
The master of war. The most legendary warrior in American history. The last 10
he's
minutes.
more like the guy from Spaceballs with the action figures being like,
oh,
pew,
yeah.
pew. Oh, your helmet is so big.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Knock next time. Oh. Yeah. I did not see you playing with your toys again, sir. Sweeps them all into the tent. Ah! Did you see anything? No, sir. I did not see you playing with your toys again. Knock next time.
John Candy was in that, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so. He was the dog guy that was like the Chewbacca. Barf. Yeah, that's
Barf.
right. Was it Bill Paxton or Bill Pullman? I can't remember. Was it Bill Pullman? Maybe was the Han Solo dude with the Winnebago.
His name is Zool. Was the Darth Vader guy?
Yeah,
Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
the nerd from Ghostbusters.
Yeah, he got nearly killed in New York a little while ago. A random guy just walked up and.
If you rewatch Ghostbusters, the talk they're talking about in the beginning with Ray with free markets and stuff, and then later about insurance salesmen that went over your head when you were a little kid.
It's hilarious
when you're an adult.
It's so funny. I still watch. My kids love the movie. I don't have any. It's one of my favorite movies ever. It's amazing.
As a kid, it's just Marshmallow Man all day, right?
Every line is funny in that movie. Every single fucking scene is
Ray's
gold.
Like, they're talking about getting university funding, and he's like, "Oh, we don't want to go to the market. They expect results.
We can't go to the private sector. They expect results. Where are we going to get the money? I don't know, Ray. I don't know. Then they come out of the bank. You're never going to regret this, Ray. My father left me that house. I was born there. Everybody has 3 mortgages nowadays. And Egon comes in with the calculator, guys. Just so you know, the interest rate alone in the first 5 years is $97,000 or something like that. He's like, looks like he's going to die. Or it said that the interest rate was like 19%.
Flies over your head when you're a kid, though.
Yeah, but I was like dying listening. They just totally fucked him over.
It's like, we're gonna make a kids movie about ghosts, but we're gonna get all the little side shots in on insurance, on mortgages, on all this.
Yeah,
they nailed them.
Yeah, right.
And that's something they would do, is pay an extreme amount of money for like a paranormal unit or whatever, because that's a real thing. There really was money spent on that kind of stuff. Oh, looks like Uncle Hack's here. So
there he is.
Now I can bounce.
What's up, sir? How are you?
Hello, goodbye.
What up, brothers?
How long were you waiting? Oh, he does. We do a thing. We did it for a little while where there's a kind of I don't know how to exit myself. I just want to have you two guys. I don't know how to do it. But there was a the other night.
Well, if I'm doing wrestling, I'll hang around.
I do a lot of Nazi wrestling characters for some reason. It was a joke. There was Nazi Cosby, and then there was Nazi Jesse Ventura, and then he was doing Nazi Hulk Hogan there for a little while.
Nazi Cosby.
Welcome back, Hulk. I've been waiting. We were reminiscing about our days in the second SS.
You know, back when men were winning and stood for something.
You could get results and nobody complained.
Yeah, we all also fashion was at its peak.
I guess I'll throw in Macho Man here. Like, what you saying there, guys? You don't like my feather boa? And what the fuck those glasses called? The Bret Hart glasses.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see these guys walking around in their skinny jeans now, and their pussies tighter than Lizzo's.
Miss Elizabeth.
Oh, Miss Elizabeth. Somebody sent me a link. Like, do you remember this? And I was like, man, wrestling was intense back then. It was Macho Man. He like beat up, like he like throws this woman to the ground. It was when he turned on Hulk, and then he like hit him with the belt and like, get him out of here.
Hulk did a guillotine front face lock to some TV host and dropped him on his face for real.
No.
It was like some skinny little dude said it was fake, and Mr. T was there encouraging it, and Hulk just goes, just 1 second, knocked him out. But when he let him go, the guy fell on the back of his head, and his head split open on the ground. And he got back up and like went to commercial real fast, but he's like bleeding out the back of his head. It's like, why are you talking shit to some guy that's like legit 6'7", 300 something pounds, and you're sitting there saying it's fake?
Yeah, he'll still hurt you.
They're rough. Protecting the business.
Oh man, that's the best. I love that old
No,
shit.
the very best was John Stossel talking to Dave Schultz, which is about the dumbest wrestler I could think of to say it's fake to, like of all of them. And he's like, I think it's fake. He goes, yeah, and he smacked him and knocked him out. And goes, that's an open hand slap. And John Stossel gets off the ground and he slapped him again and knocked him out. He's like, how about that? That sounds fake.
What did I do?
These guys are all broken. They're all walking around with broken backs and broken necks and fucking. Oh, it's fake. It's like, well, it's not fighting, but
That's
it fucking
predetermined.
hurts, man. You know what I mean?
No one told Roddy Piper it was fake.
Oh, Hack broke himself.
He just went in there, do what he was gonna do.
I don't know if what he did with himself there. Oh, he'll be back in a second.
Dude, when he hit Snuka with a coconut in the head, that wasn't fake.
A full coconut. Oh, there he is.
He knocked him the fuck out.
I don't know what the fuck is going on with my headphones here.
Not working?
Later, he had
there we
another
go.
coconut.
There we go.
Yeah.
There
It
he
was
is.
just
All
like
right.
clipping really hard there.
Had an issue there. That's anybody is confused. Uncle Hack from Danger Cats 69, or is it just Danger Cats? I'm not sure what the.
I don't know. I like the flare with the 69 on it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a little.
69.
Yeah.
Adds a little something extra.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on in your neck of the woods?
I seen the funniest video to wake up to. My buddy texted me this video of two female officers trying to wrestle a 21-year-old. So my day is going excellent.
Is that the one you just texted me?
Yeah,
I didn't see
hilarious.
it yet. Rance is back.
Diversity is our strength.
Yeah, I'm gonna read a couple more of these real quick.
The
Daft
best
Beta.
one to wake up to is Nicolas Cage loses his shit.
I've played that many times in the street, just as like a break.
It
Like
doesn't
I gotta
get
go
old.
take a leak,
Yeah.
and it's just him screaming, "I'm a vampire! I'm a vampire!" It never just goes away.
Right file.
A B C D.
If you can
AFT!
enunciate the entire alphabet in a film and get away with it,
Yeah, only he
got
could do that. Q R S T U V W X Y Z. Ha!
I hope they do a remake of They Live and Nicolas Cage is playing
That'd be
Roddy
amazing.
Piper's role.
Every time I put these glasses on,
yeah, it'd be like that.
something wrong with your face. I think he's an alien. You gotta get the fuck out of here! Dad, just calm down. Don't tell me to calm down. That would be a great movie. I watched something recently and it was bizarre. It was like The Color Purple from Outer Space. I don't know what the hell it was called. It was on Netflix. It was fucking insane.
The
But
movie's called Color Purple.
it's something from space, or it's I don't know. There was a lot of purple in the movie. I was high when I watched it.
Okay.
But it was insane. It was nuts. It was, what the hell was it called? Somebody in the chat probably knows what it was, but it was really insane. But it was like an alien.
It's a really great hint there. It was a crazy movie. It had lots of purple in it.
Yes. Well, it was something is in the title or something about the color. I don't know. I can't remember now. I just remember thinking it was not. And he loses his goddamn mind. It's pretty new. It's like this year. He's made 100 movies.
Movie?
Yeah, he's made like 100, literally 100 movies. The best actor ever.
You know, he bought a Tyrannosaurus Rex skull, and they were playing poker or something. And somebody broke it. And he was like, "Fuck." Because it was like a T-Rex skull.
Did you ever see the?
And I don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
You know, enormous amount of money
things he
to
spends
buy
his
a
money on.
dinosaur skull, and he was like, "It's okay," and he just took it and buried it in the yard.
I'll just get
and didn't
another
say
one. I bought 5. They're the only ones left in the world.
We only found like 3 or something.
Did you ever hear the story? He was on something talking about snakes that he owns. He's got these deadly snakes. He just sits in a chair and watches them. And they're like, what if they bite you? He's like, I've got the antidote in the next room in case it bites me. Like, why would you? The fuck is wrong with this guy?
I've seen him go on a show where he comes out doing a handstand and doing all these karate kicks and stuff, and he knocks his microphone off. Like, that's how it begins.
He's telling a story another time. He was on a plane with Charlie Sheen, and Charlie had an 8-ball of cocaine taped to his ankle. On the plane, and they were like trying to hijack the plane. He was like yelling on the radio or something, and the cop stopped him. He was like, "What in the?" Of course, Nicolas Cage is hanging out with Charlie Sheen. Why wouldn't he be?
Right.
With
Of course,
cocaine,
he is.
yeah.
That makes so much more sense.
Just like Con Air 2. Him and Charlie Sheen are blasted out of their skull. We're going to stop the terrorists.
Trust me, I've done this before. What is wrong with you? They're in a cocaine-induced psychosis, honey. Just stay out of their way.
I don't know. I've done some weird shit on cocaine. Some of my best ideas. That's my power thinking.
I've got so many ideas right now.
You're not going to believe how many businesses we could start in 15 minutes.
You can start it on the fucking web pages. I'll get ready with the t-shirts. We'll get it.
My brother just relayed his story to me about this hillbilly, that real like conservative hillbilly, got taken to a gay wedding in North Carolina.
Oh,
And
that
I
was
mean,
my
like,
cousin.
was it tiptoe through the tulips gay, like Puerto Ricans wearing wings and stuff,
God.
dressed like angels and whatever. This older dude that looks like the guy is like, you mean to tell me, with the white mustache, you know what I'm talking about? This old cowboy looking dude. He's there because someone in the family took him there, and he's just at this gay wedding. And he goes up to the bar and he asks him, he's like, just fill a whole beer mug full of vodka and limes. He had 3 of those. And he said, the hillbilly that my brother knew said, that guy said 4 words the whole time. He just sitting there sipping his vodka, and he said, "Yep, that's my son."
That's what I created.
Yep, that's my son. But later, this guy gets on the microphone and he's like, "Okay, everybody, we've got the red pill, the blue pill, and the gold pill. This is DMT. This is MDMA, and I don't know what the other one was. Whatever." Yeah, like 3. Like, would you ever take all this together? But apparently,
That's a bit.
and he's like, "Hey, did you take him?" He's like, "Goddamn right, I did." He's like, "Them are gay drugs. That's the strongest drugs you can get. They make."
Gay drug.
He was like, they just put him the plate next to me. Nobody's there, so I ate all that guy's too.
I could feel Jesus leaving.
30 minutes later, I was singing "Cher."
Yeah.
Those are gay drugs, the best drugs they make.
Merry
Homosexuality isn't
Christmas.
so bad.
I wonder what the third pill was. If it was DMT and MDMA,
Oh,
what else
God.
can you mix?
How
that
can
with?
you? I don't know. That doesn't make sense. It's like
I know.
I'm going to
It's
listen
like
to a
one.
Metallica album and watch a movie and run on a
I think-
treadmill
I
underwater.
think
at the same
everyone
time.
else was like, choose one, not
Yeah.
all. Right?
Yeah.
And that guy's had 6 of them.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta get.
Hey,
through.
some people like to party.
Yeah.
That well,
I'm be honest with you
I
right now.
won't-
I like to party.
this guy certainly did.
Yeah.
He was
I bet
out
Alex
there
Jones
reenacting the
partied.
scene from Footloose, grabbing his balls and singing "Cher." And
Daft Beta says Liberia was owned by a Belgian rubber company. Interesting. Rance, what's up, sir? Oh, crap. We got to get. Is he coming now? I'm running at what time slot am I on? It's 1:30. Oh, God. Is he coming next? I got to send him a link. 1 second before I forget here. I'll send it to you on Telegram, Derek, before I read the rest of these, because that would be all over the place here. This has been a crazy day. There you go. I sent it on Telegram, Derek. It's your last hope. Oh, hang on. What is the fucking? Here we go. Rant says,
I'm glad I'm not the only one with major tech issues.
Oh, every time a bunch of shit wasn't working. I was like, of course, today it wouldn't work. Rant says Ryan and Rage should do a drunk history bit. That would be funny. War Relish 89, or jail. I don't know. War Relish 89.
Get me liquored up and ask about Lincoln.
That son of a bitch never.
That long-legged ape.
Goddamn tall ass motherfucker. Yeah. War
Bush
Relish
Jr. or whatever.
89 says just rebrand. Ron Burgundy with a diamond says just tuning in now. What did I miss so far? Stuff that would probably get you thrown in jail. Maybe, I don't know. Nothing.
Hey,
too
we're
crazy.
getting Jim Cornette on our show. And I'm like, please get him liquored up and drop the Vince Rousseau questions on him. Like, I just want to hear it one more time.
Yeah. Michael 57DE says Crenshaw was a Navy SEAL. He did 3 tours wounded by an Afghan IED. Crenshaw Zyokuk conservatard. Yeah, it's too bad that he went dumb, but it is what it is. You can't. Not everybody can be an astronaut.
He said the Liberty was a myth.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can't get a real job, get into politics.
Yeah. Well, there's Derek now. Jesus Christ, he's getting crowded.
Office.
What's up, sir? Nice suit.
Hey, you like
Derek
that?
Rance.
I'm surprised you guys are missing the obvious one for the wrestling there for the SS. If you smell what the Reich is cooking.
I never heard. Yeah, I never thought of Nazi rock before.
They used to do the Nation of Domination fists in the air thing too.
Yeah, that's right. They did. Oh, what did he used to say? Oh, I used to do the rock, but I can't remember now. It's been a long time. There does need to be a Nazi rock character, obviously. There has to be.
Not Nazi rock with his poontang pie.
Is your mic clipping too?
Not me. Somebody's?
I think the best. Let's see.
What the fuck is going on here?
Bigelow would have been a good Nazi character.
Bigelow.
Or Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah.
He
they're
flipped
all-
sides. He was like an American patriot and an Iraqi
I'm just gonna
sympathizer within
refresh
a year.
this.
Yeah. Yeah, sure, man. What else? It's 1:30 now, so I got how much time? I think I got 1:30. So an hour and a half, and then wait, is EMJ still coming?
Yep, he's probably standing by now.
Did you send him the link? 'Cause I don't have
Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
I don't have a contact for him. Ryan, you've talked to
If
him
you want
before.
to, if you want to get shut down in seconds, I got some people on my Skype I could invite. That, would really kick it into high gear. That happened on the Ralph retort. I brought in like Patrick Little, and I think there was like Dr. Duke and Irving were sitting in the waiting room. And I was like,
God.
"You want me to invite them too, just to see how crazy we can make it?" He's like, "No."
I'd rather not be completely deplatformed. They'll take some, bad
I got
press.
Ricky Manor and Adam Green messaged me something. Let's see.
Yeah, Adam Green's coming tonight around 10 o'clock.
He just says we being a bad goy because I got banned on Twitter.
Yeah, you probably will.
Ricky Manor got banned for a week on YouTube. He's this big black guy with a Confederate flag in his background. It confuses people. And he was going off on the COOF or whatever, which you're not allowed to talk about. And he got banned for a week. He's like, I got banned for a week. And I was just starting to get monetized. And I was like, dude, put yourself in my shoes. Do it for 20 years and lose all your money.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not.
But anyway, yeah.
Big Ed says, damn, Rance, you looking slick. Southern Yeoman says, Ryan Rage together. The Boog planets align. Yeah. Something.
We got quite the crew here.
Yeah, it's going to get.
I like that set. Is that what do you have a pug back there? I can't really see.
He's talking to you, Derek.
Bulldog.
A bulldog. That's a good dog.
Yeah,
too,
that's Ozzy.
though. Nice.
Ozzy the
Yeah,
Bulldog.
Ozzy Posborn. But what I
Yeah.
wanted to see if maybe in the new year, if you guys want to sit down and do a podcast describing how some historical events went down, and then me and the rest of the Plaid Army will do like a drunk history where we're acting out the parts that you guys do.
Ooh. If you'll do it.
Yeah, I would
Jesus
love to have
Christ.
that as a project.
Nobody wants to act out Peter Nagard
Yeah.
in the diaper parties.
Herr Himmler, hear me out. I have an idea. What's the idea, Goering?
Instant cult classic.
Oh God. Well, we'll see what happens with this movie tonight.
I think every character should be played by Nicolas Cage. People impersonating Nicolas Cage doing these
Whoa.
things.
Maybe like a Joe Pesci too. So you got to throw Joe in there.
Right, yeah.
Why?
What
Because
you
I
say,
amuse you?
motherfucker?
Are you amused by me? Am I a clown? Do I make you laugh? Is that what this is? Yeah. You do your thing!
Motherfucker.
Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, he's hilarious. Did you ever see that? Did you see that? I don't know
Was
what.
he playing David Ferry in JFK? Was that Pesci?
Yes.
Yeah, I think
Yes,
so.
it was him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was all gay.
Yeah, we're just talking a million miles a minute. That was good.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I saw it was a Twitter video a little while ago of a guy. Where's Derek's like half hidden by Phil, his fucking stupid skull overlay there. There was a guy, Jesse Ventura. Oh, jeez. What was that? Oh, this guy on Twitter. I think it was Cuomo. Was walking somewhere. He was just videotaping him. The guy's like, Cuomo's like, "How's it going?" He goes, "Not too fucking good, you son of a bitch, cocksucker." Just starts throwing him. And he's like, "Whoa, jeez." Yeah, and some cops like, there's no need of that. He's like, "Ah, fuck off." The guy's super pissed. How's it going? Not too fucking good.
With Chris Cuomo.
What's
He
that?
threatens to throw the guy down a flight of stairs.
No. Was it Cuomo
at
that
some
was?
pub or something like that?
It was on.
You're like, that's the N word for Italians.
Oh, was he the one that was? He had like an 80 or 90 pound dumbbell. He was pretending to fucking.
Oh, yeah.
100
I
pounds,
was
I
like,
think.
what the fuck? I was like, anybody? He's got to be
Joe
kidding,
Rogan's
right?
like, he could do that. I'm like, no, he can't.
No, he can't do that.
That's
Like,
some Mark Henry level strength.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if like the Big Show was doing that, I'd be like, wow, that is a lot.
Yeah,
Chris Cuomo's not doing that with 1 arm fucking tricep pressing 100 pound dumbbell. Like, no, I don't think so.
That guy's like my size. He ain't doing that.
No, he's got to
Wasn't
be
he
kidding.
caught
You know?
walking around behind in his wife's stream naked or something like that as well?
I don't know. Well, you were here earlier. I don't know if you were listening, but Ryan was saying he's kind of caught up in the whole.
Well, Andrew Cuomo is caught up in it. I don't know about Chris Cuomo, but
fucking
Which one of the
disease.
Como brothers was like, "You just need to stretch out. That's how you get rid of the corona."
oh yeah, that was Chris Cuomo. He's
That
like,
was Chris Como.
he gets COVID and he's like, I am going to be the guy that tells everyone how to defeat COVID because he got over it or whatever. And then, like, Trump gets it 3 days later, he's fine. Giuliani gets it 3 days later, he's fine. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
But he's like, this is what you got to do, everybody. Like, hear my advice. You can't give up. You have to keep fighting. It's just like, your immune system got rid of it. You didn't
Yeah.
do anything.
Yeah,
Shut
then
up.
somebody caught him like leaving his house and all that shit
Right.
too.
With
He
no
took-
mask.
Well, Trump had Regeneron. That was his. He had the secret weapon. You ever see that commercial
Regeneron.
somebody made? Fuck, it was funny.
Oh, that's so fantastic.
Regeneron. Yeah, I went on with that. I think
So
I did a
I
whole
sent-
stream where I just played that clip. I think every 30 seconds for like an hour straight. We just need some more Regeneron. If only I had some Regeneron, I'd have enough Regeneron to keep going because I'd have so much Regeneron. It was so stupid, but you know.
I
Yeah,
sent
the
the
whole
link to
world's
Dr.
becoming a
Jones,
giant
so keep
commercial.
an eye out for him.
Oh yeah.
For Jones.
Oh, there, he
Dr.
is.
Mel-
Jones.
There you go.
Get
This,
Indiana
Melonhead.
Jones?
Oh, there's E. Michael Jones.
this empty
All
chair.
right.
Just kidding.
Oh.
You know, the logos is ascending and it'll just appear in the middle soon.
This is- yeah. Let's see. I don't know if it'll fit.
If he
I
just
gotta.
materializes.
Yeah. This is even gonna
I'd
fit.
ju- I
It
would
kind of fits.
Get out of my chair and run if that happened.
Hello. Whoa.
I should do like a jump scare from the side. Hey, Michael Jones.
I want him to repel through the ceiling. That would be... Whoa. Merc
Comes in doing
306.
like a double flip like Spider-Man.
Thanks for the diamond.
Takes his
Merc
mask
says,
off and see him.
morning fellas, just purchased plates and carrier. Good for you. How much were the plate? That's expensive. This shit gets wild. But yeah, like we were saying, prepare. There's no... I wish there was somebody to vote for, but there's not. I feel like the system's just going to collapse under its own weight here sooner or later.
I'm voting for secession.
Yeah, yeah. I'll vote for Texit. That's what the guys are saying. Texit.
Yeah.
I'll vote for that. I was like, "What's the rules?" He's like, "I want to come to Texas." Well, there's a couple of rules first. Yes. I didn't even tell you what it
They
was.
need border patrol for Californians. Like,
Yeah.
even though it's part of the United States, I'd be like, yeah, you got to pass some tests.
Yeah,
There he is.
here he comes. What's
You
that?
need his entrance music.
I should have walked down a long corridor like Bill Clinton.
I should have had a
You need a
song
giant
ready.
Ric Flair style robe.
Oh, I should have had a song ready. I didn't even think of it. That would have been funny. We were talking about Bret Hart earlier. I should have played. I'll play Triple H for a second.
Oh yeah. You want to play the game?
That's what I just played.
Did you?
Yeah.
Hey, good to see you again, Dr. Jones. I actually got to go, everybody. It's 3:30 in the morning, but
Yeah, it's late where Ryan is.
have fun on the rest of the Megabowl. All right, guys.
Right on.
Peace.
Thanks.
Cheers, Ryan.
Yeah, thanks for coming, dude. ANCreport.com. Ryan Dawson, if you want to find out more there. The Empire Unmasked, great documentary. You should watch that. Great work on Epstein and the civil, all kinds of fun stuff that you're not going to find anywhere else. It's very, very interesting. Thanks a lot for coming by, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. See you guys.
Cheers, brother. And then there were four. Let's keep playing.
How are you, Dr. Jones?
I'm doing fine. How about
Glad you could make it.
Yeah.
Very well.
Here.
Derek was looking forward to talking to you.
Since the last time we actually talked, I've actually started my own brand of church where I've been heavily into the Bible, all because of the conversation that we had.
Yeah, you helped him start a cult, is what he's saying. I'm just kidding.
No, I don't want to start any cult. I'm not into that.